my favorite shark science moment.
Hi everyone, my name is Jasmin Graham and I'm a marine biologist that specializes in the ecology of sharks and rays. So right now, my current research, I focus on movement ecology, which is understanding how sharks and rays move and where they spend their time. I do this by using different tracking devices so that I can tell where they're going. I've been interested in sharks since I was in college. I first started working in a shark lab that focused on the evolution of sharks. And then once I got out into the field, I realized that I really liked field work. So when I went and got my master's degree, I decided to shift into ecology, which studies more of how sharks live and what they do out in the wild.
My favorite moment was this one time when we caught a shark, and it was like a multi-decker shark. So like there was like depredation, which is basically like where another shark comes and eats a shark off the line. But it was like really intense, where like we had the bait that was shark, and then another shark got caught on that bait, and then another shark came to eat that shark, and you're like, you just pull it out, and you're just like shark on shark on shark. What? What is happening? Closely followed by this time when we were fishing, and there was a black tip on the line being chased by a massive great hammerhead. So we're like pulling in the long line, and we see this huge dorsal fin. We're like, oh man, we got a big hammer, and we're pulling it in thinking it's a hammer, but it actually was the hammer chasing the shark that we actually had on the line. So we go to pull it up, and like just when we pull this black tip out of the water, it's when the great hammerheads go in to get it. And so it's just like right there. We're like, whoa, that was so cool.
So how long have you been interested in sharks?
Since my freshman year of college.
Okay. So did you watch Shark Week or something on Discovery Channel or something?
I did watch Shark Week when I was a kid, and yeah, we watched a lot of Discovery Channel. But I didn't think about sharks really, like you study them. That was not a thought that crossed my mind. I actually didn't even know that you could be a marine biologist as a career until I was like a junior in high school. And then I was like, what? You can get paid to do this? Sign me up. And then I went to college, and I met a professor who did shark science and did study the evolution of sharks. And he was just super excited about sharks. And then I just got excited by osmosis. And I was like, sure, I'll just come work on sharks. And then the more I got into it, the more I was like, whoa, sharks are really, really cool. Study sharks forever.
Excellent.
What's one species of sharks that you'd love to study?
Dang, that is a really good question. I feel like in general, I'm just really interested in dogfish, and like people have lots of discussions about dogfish life history and like how long they live, what age they mature. Like we just don't know anything. I feel like we're just like, yeah, and then they live down there, and then I don't know. So I find dogfish extremely intriguing because like there's so little known about them. So like I feel like that whole like group is just like, I just want to know what they're doing. What are they doing down there? That's probably the thing that's most interesting. Like if I ever studied deep sea sharks, I would be all over trying to figure out those dogfish questions. I also would, just for like cool factor, like to study whale sharks because they're just cool. And like, I don't have any particular reason besides I just want an excuse to go hang out with whale sharks.
A few more.
Yep, I got one from Twitter. Nathan Warden. How exactly do sharks smell blood in the water? And what is the real range of that smell?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. How fast can blood travel in water anyway?
So blood doesn't travel very fast in water. So you know how, so there's this myth that like, ooh, you have a drop of blood, a shark is going to smell it from a mile away. And I'm like, that's not how molecules move. It has to dissipate. It's going to take a long time to dissipate. Just like if you're on one side of the room and someone farts on the other side, and there's like this wave where everyone across the room is slowly smelling it before you get it
in sequence.
And you're like, ooh, there's a bad smell coming, but there's no escaping it because you just see everyone reacting to it. That's just how smells dissipate in the air. The same thing happens in the water. So it's not like there's a drop of blood and all of a sudden, a mile away, this shark is like, oh, there's blood. No, it has to dissipate. And in actuality, that's way too diluted at that point. A mile away, it's going to be too diluted for them to actually detect it. The most sensitive sharks, it would probably be more like a quarter of a mile before it gets to the point where it would be too diluted for them to be able to detect it.
Plus, plus, if there are ocean currents, they wouldn't be able to smell it upstream. They've got to be like downstream from it.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things that need to happen. It's not like, oh, you have a drop of blood and suddenly all of the sharks in the world are just like descending upon you. That's not how that happens. Also, sharks aren't interested in the smell of human blood because they don't eat humans. Like they would smell it, but they wouldn't react to it. Now, if you have a bunch of fish bleeding, yeah, okay, then they're going to come check it out. But if it's humans' blood, that's not something that they're cued into because that's not what they eat. So they would smell it, but they wouldn't be like, oh, that smells delicious. Let me go snack. That's not going to be their reaction. Sharks aren't out to get you. They're not like hunting you down. They're not really even worried about you. And yeah, it's just people are really afraid of getting bit by a shark. Which, sucks to get bit by a shark, but the chances of that happening are very slim. The chances of getting bit by a dog, however, are very probable, and we bring them into our houses and we put cute outfits on them.
Can't we just all be equally afraid of animals at the same level? I'm afraid of sharks. I'm afraid of pit bulls. I'm also afraid of dolphins. I'm afraid of cats. I could be afraid of everything on an equal level.
Yeah, you should be concerned about all animals. Like, all animals have the possibility to injure you. Just give them their space and don't make them mad. There are some cute sharks out there. Everybody Google a picture of an epaulet shark. They're adorable. Adorable.
The word adorable and the word shark appeared in the same sentence.
They have little fins and they walk and they're super cute. Also, bonnet heads are adorable. They look like they have little bonnets on their heads.
Take it from Jasmin. She has so picked up and held so many sharks.
She's picked up sharks. Okay. All right. So let's keep this going.
Neil,
Jordan.
I got something from Facebook. Joe Klopp. He wonders, given the fact that sharks are neither born live or hatched from what we would normally refer to as an egg, what does baby shark do?
So I want to.
Okay, I didn't know any of that. So could you just catch me up on this, please?
I want to clarify something. So there are sharks that are born live. It's not like a placental birth, like a mammal. But yes, there are sharks that are born live. There are also sharks that come from eggs, but aren't like chicken eggs. They're like little leathery looking little pouches that are sometimes called mermaid purses, which is an adorable name. But yes, so baby sharks, what do baby sharks do? They just try to survive because sharks don't have parental care. So like you are born and you are on your own. Whether you're born live or you hatch, they'll try and lay their eggs in a place where they're like, this feels like a good spot. I feel like my kids are going to have a chance here. And then they're just like, bye, kids. And then the sharks that give live birth, they like pop them out and the sharks swim away and they're like, cool, my work here's done.
Wow. So mammals have very few births per litter. And so how many possible sharks can come out of a one egg laying session?
So that depends on the shark. So there are some sharks that give live birth and they only have one. And that's usually because the one that develops first just like eats the rest or it ingests the rest of them. And it's like, cool, thanks for the nutrients. And
Jordan, did you hear that euphemism? It ingests them.
It ingests them.
It doesn't maul them in their sleep. No, it ingests.
I get what you're throwing down. Yeah, okay. Ingest them.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there are some sharks that have very large litters, like 20 or more, but it kind of really just varies between the different sharks of how many they're having.
If a tornado started over a school of sharks, what would really happen?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry to say.
No, wait. Jasmine and I don't know what they're asking about.
Neil, you know Neil. Neil, admit it. You and I have talked offline about Sharknado for hours.
No, we have not.
It's your favorite movie. You have posters up right now. People can see your office. It's nothing but Sharknado posters.
All right, Jasmine, what's up with that?
So as glorious as it would be for an entire school of sharks to be lifted up in a tornado and just like plopped at another location, no, sorry, that's not how that works. But it would be so cool and like, you know.
But Jasmine, you're undermining the main premise of that movie series.
It's still a great movie series because it is utterly ridiculous and super entertaining, and don't let that stop you from enjoying Sharknado. Like, don't let it stop you. It doesn't claim to be accurate. That's not what it's claiming to do. It's claiming to entertain, and it succeeds.
I thought it was based on a true story. That's my bad.
Yeah, the Great Sharknado of 1917.
What we have planned this year for Myth are opportunities for not only students to attend these workshops, but also for us to come and support people as they do internships with some of our partner institutions. So we'll be providing scholarships to cover the costs of internships at Bimini Shark Lab, as well as Oceans Research in South Africa. And these will be really unique opportunities for students to get this research experience, but not have to worry about the financial barriers that exist. We're currently raising money to be able to do a summer camp for middle schoolers and high schoolers. And so we're really hoping to expand our programming to include the younger generation, so that we can work to get people excited about shark science and marine science at an early age. Thank you all for joining me. We're going to be touring our Marine Mammal Center today, and I'm really excited. So I actually work over in the other building at the Fish and Invertebrates Lab, and I'm really excited today to show you guys the Marine Mammal Center because I don't get to spend a lot of time over here. Some of you may know that I'm actually a shark scientist, so it's going to be very interesting. We're going to talk about marine mammals and sea turtles and crocs, which I know a little bit about, so that hopefully I can answer some of your questions, and I'm really excited. So let's go. Over here we have Hang Tough, and doesn't look like we can see her right now. She's probably hiding in the back there. Oh, there she goes. She's coming out to say hello. Look at her. So Hang Tough is actually blind, and so our aquarists actually hand feed her. She is one of our residents here. So we have a sea turtle hospital where we rehabilitate our sea turtles for release, but some of our sea turtles, unfortunately, for various reasons, aren't able to be released, and so we either send them to live in some other aquariums or they become residents here. So this is Hang Tough. Oh, she's really showing off for you. Look at that. Oh, isn't she so majestic? Now we're looking at our manatees over here. We got Hugh and Buffett. So, oh, going away over there. There we go. So Hugh and Buffett are half brothers, and they are two residents here. They were born in captivity, and so they live here with us. And Hugh and Buffett, although they may look fat, are not actually fat. They just have really long intestines.
All right, so in case you were wondering what the skeleton of a manatee looks like, we have an example right here. So they've got a skull that tips downward so that they can feed on vegetation. So they eat a lot of seagrass, and so they're wanting to graze on the bottom. A lot of people refer to them as sea cows because similar to the cows on land, they are grazers. So fun. Hello. Hi. So cute. Yes. Oh, they're really hamming it up for the camera, folks. We're gonna hang out here and watch them because they're just so darn cute. A lot of people mistake our otters for sea otters. They're actually North American river otters. All right, we're going over here and we are going to meet some of our caimans. So here we have our caimans, and let's see if we can see them. Sometimes they're very well hidden. Oh, there we go. Can you see her there? There she is. There are some fish in front of her, but hopefully you can see her in there. So beautiful. They sit so perfectly still. It's really crazy. And you can kind of see her little head there. Can I zoom in on this? Oh, I can zoom. Look at that. This is my first time using Facebook Live. There she is. So beautiful. Yes. This is one of my favorites. We got the garden eels, which are just so cute. They just they're in these little barrows and they go in and they pop out. And they're so fun. They're so fun. Look at them. They're so cute. Look how cute they are. Oh my goodness. Here we have some anemone shrimp. Look at them. So cute. So you can see they have really good camouflage so they can blend in with the anemones, which you see here. Oh, and then we've got the chocolate chip sea star here. Obviously named chocolate chip because it looks like they have chocolate chips in them. Sometimes common names are just that simple. Look at them. So cute. Then we've got our coral banded shrimp in here. He's a little hard to see, but he's back there. Really big, long antenna. And then we've got a little jawfish in this hole. Kind of hard to see. Let's see if he comes out. You gonna come out? Nope, you just gonna hang out in there? That's cool. So the jawfish are cool because they're mouth breeders. So what it means to brood is it holds their eggs. So the dads actually hold the eggs in their mouths. And, oh, you can see them a little better. Hold the eggs in their mouths to keep them safe, which is super cool. Okay. Moving on. All right, we got some barnacle blennies in here. Can't see one right now. Let's see. Let's look a little. Oh, there we go. We got one right there. He's a little small. Let's see. Whoop. Can I zoom? There we go. There he is, living in barnacles. That's why he's called a barnacle blenny. Super cute and adorable. Now I've zoomed in so much. There we go. Bright yellow fins. This is the triggerfish. All right, now we're bringing up the seahorses. Everybody loves seahorses. So, really cool facts about seahorses. So, they brood in pouches. And so they have these little pouches. And then the dads, similarly, will, just like the jawfish keeps them in their jaw or their mouth, our seahorses keep them in their pouches. So you can see the little pouch there. We got a baby seahorse up there, little itty bitty friend. So yeah, they are super cool animals. And they have this elaborate dance that they do before mating. And it's just super romantic. I wish people did that. That would be cool. All right, then we've got our potbelly seahorses, which have really prominent pouches, particularly the males. The males have, as we can see over here, the males have, oh, it's pretty dark, but the males have a much bigger pouch than the females. So a lot of people think that these seahorses have babies in them, but that's just the potbellies have really pronounced pouches. So these aren't holding any babies, they just have big pouches, which is why they're called potbelly. Okay. And now it's time to meet Dalton. Where's Dalton? Dalton is our alligator snapping turtle. Where are you? Oh, right there in front of my face. There he is. Oh, look at him. So you'll notice, see that the tongue in there, how it wriggles? So it's sitting very still. And imagine you're a fish and you're thinking, oh, what a tasty treat. You swim in there to go grab that wriggly tongue. Next thing you know, snap. And now you're eating. So this is a really good adaptation that makes it really easy for these ambush predators, which are predators that lie in wait and then attack in a sudden burst. Yeah, it is very sneaky, Jessica. Super sneaky. Okay, we're gonna go look at our jellies now because they're pretty. Look at our jellies. Look how pretty they are. So many jellies. So the jellies have several life stages. What we're seeing right now is the free swimming adult. So that's the Medusa, and that's what we see here. They have some other life stages that don't look quite like what we think of as a jellyfish, but this life stage that you see here, this is the Medusa, this is the one that everyone usually thinks about. So these are some lagoon jellies. We got some even smaller ones over here. And then we've got some baby moon jellies. So you look at this and you say, that's not a jelly. What the heck? It is. It's actually just a different life stage. So this is before they actually become the Medusa, where they're free swimming, they are polyps, which are sessile, which means that they don't move. Other zoos and aquariums, here's a dwarf seahorse. You can see why they're called dwarf. They are super tiny. These were born on July 3rd. Look how cute they are. Some more lined seahorses. All right, we're getting to the part where we're going to talk about some sharks. This is a coral cat shark. Look how cute. How cute is this little guy? So cat sharks hatch from eggs. So we do have a petting pool, and you're about to see it, Corey. 2 seconds. So this is the coral cat shark. Cat sharks are born or hatched from eggs, and they're born in these little cases. And super cool. A lot of people don't think about sharks, one, being small, but most sharks in the world actually are small. We think of great whites and big sharks like that are apex predators, but actually a really large number, the vast majority of sharks are actually quite small. And a lot of them are actually mesopredators and not apex predators. So that is a common misconception. This is our petting tank where you can pet the sharks. So we've got the bamboo shark, we've got coral cat sharks, we've got epaulet sharks in here. And you can use your 2-finger touch and pet these guys. They are very beautiful.
They are super, super fun. We'll go look at some more over here. So now we've got our brown-banded bamboo shark here, hanging out. And we got our epaulets also here. So yeah, in addition to this touch tank, we also have an Invertebrates Tank over in the fish and invertebrates side. And we have a ray tray where you can touch some rays. So there's lots of opportunities to get hands in.
We just recommend that their head is on the sand and that they're alone because they can